Hi guys, how are you doing? My name is Brian Birch. I'm the creator of the CatSim, and I wanted to kind of give you a quick little rundown as to the website here. The website's pretty simple. I'm going to explain the cat simulator and what it's about. Realistically, it's how anyone can discover a way to permanently clear the P0420 code in under 30 minutes without any real technical experience. Let's just go through it now. In case you didn't know, there's a device that you can install in your car that can allow you to permanently clear the P0420 code even if you've removed the catalytic converter. This is for people who want to run cat lists, cat deletes, have taken the honeycomb out of their catalytic converter completely just for like the straight pipe effect. I know it sounds crazy because we're used to hearing that you have to have a perfectly functioning catalytic converter to eliminate the fault, but that's simply not true. And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to give you 3 tips that'll help you make a more informed decision when you're searching for solutions to this problem. That's my picture. Please don't body shame me. I know I'm wearing my initial EJU shirt. It's a little tight. I was on my COVID-19 diet. I gained 20 pounds. Ugh. Let's not talk about that. I'm an auto enthusiast and a geek who has a passion for computer-controlled electronics. And for the last 20 years, I've been modifying automotive fuel injection systems, and I've taken my experience to create the product to offer a solution to the dreaded P0420. So what is this miracle device, you ask, right? Oh, and another thing, please, bear with me. I'm trying to read this to stay focused. I want to stay on track, and if it sounds kind of robotic, I'm reading. So please give me a little bit of sympathy here. But there it is. That's the cat simulator in all its glory. Perfectly crafted to simulate and take a current signal from your O2 sensor and modify the signal so that your computer will see a perfectly functioning catalytic converter even if you've removed it. Now, I have a display here on the screen. That is what it looks like. I took a live sample of data with my cell phone with an app that I use and a device. As you can see on the top, that's what a perfectly functioning catalytic converter looks like. On the bottom, that's what it looks like when the catalytic converter has been removed, and that's what the computer sees, and that's how the computer knows that the catalytic converter is not functioning. Let's go ahead and move on down the page here. So I'm going to share with you 3 tips about the cat simulator and how you can remove the catalytic converter and free up that trapped power when you're on the track. Keep in mind, this is for the race enthusiast who wants to kind of run, emissions free on the track. That's what I've designed it for. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. How's this guy know what I'm thinking? No, I'm just joking. Will it work with my car? Of course, absolutely. It's going to work with your car if you have an OBD2 car, which is 1996 and newer. If you don't, you really don't need this because cars started kind of testing their catalyst systems because they actually smog themselves now. So 96 and up is what this application is for. So I'm going to share 3 tips with you about things you should consider. Tip number 1 is your car's computer needs to see real-time samples of raw data. Now, the big idea here is the computer runs constant tests to see if it's being fooled or tricked. This is important because the computer's looking for specific parameters, and this is exactly why so many other devices have failed. This is why spark plug non-foulers, digital wave, and RC circuits are not permanent solutions and are intermittent at best. Believe me, I've tried them all. The second tip is you get more horsepower. The main thing to understand here is that it's no secret. When you remove the catalytic converter, the restriction frees up power. This is the whole reason why we removed the cat in the first place, right? Or why we run cat deletes or why we run cat lists or test pipes. Third tip here is if your check engine light is on, you are at a huge disadvantage. You'll have a massive horsepower loss if you have variable valve timing or VVT. With the check engine light on, it simply won't function at all for some manufacturers. Just like Honda's, just about every manufacturer will restrict power somehow. This is key because the restriction is called limp mode in some cases. Limp mode occurs when a car's computer is trying to save the car from some kind of potential damage, or the computer or ECU is programmed to limit, and depending upon the make or model, it can even cause the transmission to lock into second or third gear. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not what I want to have happen. This is placing you at a huge disadvantage, which defeats the point in removing the catalytic converter in the first place, right? Again, now I know what you're thinking. How's this guy know what I'm thinking? I just know. I'm just joking. It's probably going to take some special skill, right? But you can see I got the stamp of approval. It's idiot proof, right? This has been done. It's been idiot proof. If you got a blow dryer and some wire cutters, you're in good shape. I got this thing down, so it's going to be a piece of cake for you to get this thing hooked up. The truth is that I've made it idiot proof. Oh, I already said that. But it's not always about how you can do a thing. I mean, if you have access to the wiring, you're pretty much halfway there. And again, you can always find a friend or a buddy that, we all have this one guy that wants to work on your car for a case of beer or just hang out, and you have him do the work. Find somebody who's competent in cutting a couple wires and, putting them together, and that's it. This is designed to simulate a perfectly functioning cat, and this is intended for off-road use only. That's right, guys. Warning. You see the warning sign there? This will cause your car to pass smog or emissions test, and using this device to do so is illegal. So I would not advise that you do this, because how it works, again, cars smog themselves, and what we're really doing is tricking the car into making the car think that there's nothing wrong with its emissions equipment. So as it tests the emissions equipment, this device is telling the car that the emissions equipment is fine. That is turning the light off, and that's allowing the car to think that it's passing smog. Again, your smog guy plugs in and tests your computer. If the computer says it passes, then it passes, and that's why it would pass the emissions test. That's also why we want it to run with the check engine light off, because we want to have our full power, no limitations whatsoever with the check engine light. This will cause your car to pass emissions test using. Oh yeah, I guess I should have said that earlier. Yeah. This is really designed for the guy who is point racing, like myself. I'm in a class where we measure with points and modifications. Any car racer can reprogram the computer to ignore the P0420. This is true. This also costs hundreds of dollars, and it costs points for us. Modifying our ECUs is considered a reprogram, reflash, and it deducts performance points from us. Points that can be used for suspension, aero, brakes, tire upgrades, you name it. So you see, this is not a mod that will subtract points. It is a simple removal. Oh, and a simple removal of the cat will eliminate a restriction, giving you free horsepower. So this will let you hit the track knowing that the check engine light is not going to turn on and cripple your car's performance, even with the catalytic converter completely removed. Again, this is for the catless guys, test pipes. Now let me give you some insight on how I was able to develop this, the top secret. Like I stated earlier, I'm not just an auto enthusiast. I'm a geek who has a passion for computer-controlled electronics, and fortunately for me, all modern-day automobiles have highly intelligent computer-controlled systems. For the last 20 years, I've been modifying fuel injection systems. I remember flashing EPROMs in high school, because that's how we did it in the 90s. I've taken classes and read countless books on engine management systems, so I understand the ins and outs of tweaking, programming, and modifying. I also understand what signal the computer is expecting to see. So when I say that I've created this product to simulate a perfectly functioning catalytic converter, that's exactly what I've done. And this right here is where I drop the mic. Boom. So to eliminate any kind of conflicts you guys might have, I'll sweeten up the deal by offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. You try the thing, install it. If it doesn't work out, pull the thing out, give it back to me, and I give you back your money, right? There's no risk to you. I guarantee this thing's going to work, because that's exactly what I've designed it to do, is work properly. Free shipping in the U.S., anywhere in the U.S. right now. I'm only limiting to the people in the United States. So click the button below to get it while it's still available. Why do I say that? Because I honestly don't know how much longer I'm going to keep catalytic converter simulators available. And, depending upon how much of a burden it is to me, I'll probably raise the price. Again, I'm only saying this because I honestly just want this to be a hobby of mine. Make a couple side bucks on my COVID-19 relief fund here. And I don't want this to affect my life and take a bunch of time away from me. Also, if you have a V6 or a V8, you have two banks. That means you need two devices, one for bank 1, one for bank 2. That's where you get your P0420 and your P0430. Don't worry, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to give you another 20% off if you get a second device. So maybe one for your buddy. If you don't need to, get one for your buddy, your race buddy, and both of you guys can be out there ripping at the same time. So what is the price of this device, you ask? Dun, 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 dun. $47, right? Again, 30-day money-back guarantee. I have a secure checkout with Stripe. The website's encrypted, and we don't have to worry about crazy hackers doing anything to our website here. Also, if you wanted to know how I collect the data on the real-time samples with my cell phone, you can shoot an email to live@p0420.com and just in the subject say you want the live data information, and I'll send you some information. As far as the checkout's concerned, it's pretty simple. Credit card here, name, address. Don't have to put a phone number unless you want to. Right here we can say $47. Put the checkbox right here for the second CatSim. It says $37.60. I'm actually don't know how I put the 60 in there. I'm gonna fix it. I just made the video really quick. It's gonna be $37. That's the 20% discount. And remember right here, yes, absolutely, I am using this for off-road use only, and that's where you're gonna put this little checkbox right here in case you have an issue. Go ahead and place your order, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Hey, thanks for taking the time to take a look at my website and my products. I wish you well.